Imagine, if you will, the quiet stillness of your room as night descends. The world outside fades, and you lie in your bed, eyes closed, on the threshold between wakefulness and sleep. This moment, this sacred moment, is your gateway. It is here, just before sleep embraces you, that the universe awaits your command. It is here, in this silent space, that your deepest desires are whispered into the fabric of reality, not through words spoken aloud, but through the vividness of your imagination, the intensity of your feeling, and the absolute conviction of your belief. You must understand that the universe is not some distant entity, some separate force you petition from afar. No, the universe is the very consciousness within you, the infinite power of your own mind made manifest. It does not hear you with ears, but it feels you with the heart, and responds to the language of your inner world. Therefore, to ask the universe is to enter a state of being where your desire is already fulfilled, to act and feel as though what you seek is already yours. Before sleep is a sacred time because it is when your conscious mind relaxes and your subconscious mind is most receptive. Your waking hours are filled with distractions, doubts, and the constant chatter of the outer world. But as you drift to sleep, the veil thins. The subconscious opens like a fertile garden, waiting for the seeds of your imagination. What you impress upon this mind before sleep is what it begins to grow. This is why asking the universe before sleep is the most powerful, the most direct, and the most effortless way to manifest. Now you may wonder, how do I ask the universe? How do I make my desires clear in this silent hour? The answer lies not in the words you speak, but in the scene you live within your mind. It is a scene that implies the fulfillment of your desire, a scene so real and vivid that it awakens a feeling within you as if you already possess what you want. This is the art of assumption, the foundation of all manifestation. To assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled is to step into your future reality and live it in the present. Before sleep, you must cultivate a scene, a short, simple scene that ends with the realization that your desire is complete. It can be as simple as hearing the words, "It is done," or seeing yourself holding what you seek, or being embraced by the feelings your wish brings. You do not ask the universe in words like a beggar. You do not plead or bargain. You declare silently but with conviction. You live from the end. You feel the joy, the peace, the satisfaction that would come if your desire were already here. This feeling is the language the universe understands. The more vivid and real this feeling, the stronger the signal you send to your subconscious. Neville taught that imagination is God within you. God does not answer prayers in the way we commonly think. God answers the prayers of the imagination. The world you see around you is a reflection of your inner state. Change the inner state, and the outer world must follow. To ask the universe before sleep is to impress upon your inner world the reality you wish to see manifested. Let me guide you through this process. As you lie down, prepare your mind by relaxing every part of your body. Let go of tension. Your physical body must become still to quiet the restless mind. Take deep, slow breaths. Feel yourself sinking into your bed, supported by the earth beneath you. As your body relaxes, your mind becomes like a receptive mirror, ready to receive the images you place before it. Now bring your desire into your mind's eye. Do not think about how or when it will happen, or the details of the external circumstances. Instead, focus on the feeling of already having what you want. What does it feel like? Joy, relief, confidence, peace? Let that feeling flood your awareness. Create a short scene in your imagination, no longer than a few seconds, that ends with you experiencing this feeling. For example, if you want financial abundance, imagine yourself opening an envelope containing a check with the exact amount you desire, and feel the excitement and gratitude as you hold it. If you want love, imagine a moment where you are embraced or spoken to by the one you desire, and feel the warmth and love coursing through your heart. Do not linger too long on details that do not evoke feeling. The key is to make the scene as real as possible, but always focus on the feeling. If your mind wanders to doubts or negative thoughts, gently return to the scene. Do this quietly, gently, lovingly. As you see this scene, saturate it with feeling, the feeling that this is not a fantasy, but your reality. Imagine what it is like to live in that reality fully. This feeling is your prayer. This feeling is your request. Then surrender. Trust that the universe has heard your silent prayer. Neville always emphasized the importance of faith and forgetting. Once you have asked, you must let go of all doubt and expectation. The subconscious mind works silently, without resistance, but it cannot work if you hold on to disbelief or anxiety. Sleep now. Let yourself drift away with the scene in your mind and the feeling in your heart. Your subconscious will work overnight, weaving your imagination into reality. Remember, the universe does not move according to time. What you plant in your subconscious before sleep may manifest immediately, or it may take days or weeks. But rest assured, if you persist with faith and assumption, your desire must come forth. One common error many make is trying to force the outcome, or to hold on to their desire with desperation. This only pushes the manifestation away. To ask the universe effectively is to be like a child who asks for a gift with absolute certainty that it will be given, and then forgets about it, playing happily elsewhere. The universe loves faith without doubting. Another mistake is focusing on the lack or the problem. When you lie down to sleep, do not dwell on what you don't have or why you cannot have it. Such thoughts plant seeds of lack. Instead, place your focus fully on the end result, the wish fulfilled. Let the feeling of possession be your last conscious thought before sleep. You might ask, but what if I do not believe? The first step to belief is acting as if. Neville said that faith is born from action, from assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, even when the evidence is not yet visible. The subconscious mind accepts feeling as fact, so you do not need to wait for belief. You create it by living the feeling now. Practice this nightly ritual. Each night before sleep, create your scene, feel the fulfillment, and surrender. You will soon notice subtle changes in your waking life. New opportunities, ideas, people, and circumstances aligning with your desire. The universe begins to conspire in your favor when you become the master of your inner world. Let me share a truth that Neville revealed again and again. You are the operant power in your own reality. Nothing happens to you without your imagining it first. The universe, your subconscious, is obedient. It will take your inner assumption and build around it the outer experience. This is why the moment before sleep is so powerful. It is the time when your inner world can take root and grow. The more faithfully you ask before sleep, the more surely your desires come to pass. The power of asking before sleep also lies in the silence. When the noise of daily life quiets, your inner voice is heard. In the quiet, you can connect with your deeper self, your infinite self, which already knows the answer to your prayers. When you ask the universe before sleep, you are not asking with your mouth or your mind, but with your entire being. Your feelings, your imagination, your faith, these are the true instruments of creation. Many have asked me, how do I know if it is working? The answer is patience and observation. Do not measure by immediate results alone. Sometimes the universe rearranges unseen factors before the manifestation appears. Sometimes the answer comes in forms you did not expect, but which fulfill your desire perfectly. Continue to live from the end. Walk through your day with the confidence of one who already has what they want. Speak as if you are already wealthy, loved, healthy, or successful. Your words and actions impress upon your subconscious the reality you wish to embody. At night, before sleep, reaffirm this state. Enter the scene you created. Feel the gratitude and the joy. Trust the process completely. This trust, this faith is the key that unlocks the door. You must understand that you are not merely a dreamer waiting for an outside event to change your life. You are a creator, an artist painting your reality with the brush of imagination. The universe responds to the canvas you provide. Before sleep, then, is your time to paint. Paint with vivid colors of feeling and faith. Paint a scene that feels real, alive, and already yours. And then sleep, surrendering all to the unseen power working on your behalf. When you awaken, carry that feeling into your day. Notice the subtle signs, the synchronicities, the unexpected blessings. These are the footprints of your request taking form. The process may seem simple, yet it is profound. It transforms your entire relationship with reality. You become a master of your destiny, using the sacred moment before sleep to command the universe. So tonight, as you prepare to rest, remember this: your imagination is God's workshop. Your feeling is the call to creation, and your faith is the bridge to manifestation. Ask the universe before sleep by living your wish fulfilled in your mind's eye. Feel it deeply, clearly, and with unwavering certainty. Then surrender in peace and trust. You will awaken in a world transformed by your own imagining. Your desire, long whispered in the quiet night, will rise up and manifest in your waking life. This is the secret Neville Goddard shared with the world. A secret hidden in plain sight. The secret to receiving anything you want lies in the sacred art of asking the universe before sleep. Practice it nightly. Live it daily. Believe it absolutely, and watch miracles unfold. When you think about the moment before sleep, consider it a sacred ritual, not unlike a priest lighting a candle before entering a temple. The candle is your imagination, and the temple is your subconscious mind, ready to receive the flame of your desire. You must approach this moment with reverence, knowing that your imagination is the creative force that births worlds. The feeling you cultivate in this quiet hour is the seed from which all manifestation grows. Do not rush this process. The mind often seeks quick results, but manifestation is a gentle unfolding. Like a gardener tending to a seed, you must nurture your inner assumption with patience and care. The more you dwell in the feeling of fulfillment before sleep, the more you allow your subconscious to build the invisible architecture of your desire. Picture yourself now, lying in your bed, eyes closed, the room bathed in darkness, the sounds of the day fading into silence. In this moment, your imagination is free to roam without resistance. You might imagine the sound of your name called with joy, the sight of a letter confirming your success, or the smile of a loved one greeting you warmly. Whatever image you choose, let it stir the depths of your heart. This feeling, this internal proof, is what convinces your subconscious mind that the wish is already fulfilled. You may ask, but what if my mind rebels? What if doubts creep in? This is natural. The human mind is conditioned to skepticism, to look for evidence in the physical world before believing in the unseen. Yet, Neville taught us that belief precedes evidence. You must gently return your focus to the scene of fulfillment, like a child who returns to a favorite storybook again and again. Each return strengthens the impression upon your subconscious. The subconscious mind, unlike the critical conscious mind, does not question, it obeys. It acts on the impression you leave before sleep, as if it were reality. This is why your last conscious act each day matters so much. What you hold in your mind before slipping into sleep will be carried forward, quietly working behind the scenes to rearrange your circumstances. In fact, you can think of the subconscious as a faithful servant, loyal and tireless, who does not rest. Once impressed, it will bring circumstances, people, and events to align with your imagined scene, often in ways you never expected, but which perfectly fulfill your desire. It is important, however, to avoid focusing on the how or the when. The universe is infinite in wisdom and resources, far beyond your limited understanding of time and means. Your job is simply to plant the seed of the fulfilled wish, water it with feeling, and then step back in faith. The universe will do the rest. It is the silent alchemist transforming your invisible dream into visible reality. One profound practice Neville recommended was to create a scene so natural and believable that it might easily occur in real life. The subconscious cannot differentiate between a vividly imagined scene and a memory. Therefore, your imagined scene before sleep should be as detailed and sensory as possible, incorporating sights, sounds, smells, and most importantly, feelings. For example, if your desire is a new job, imagine receiving the phone call offering the position. Hear the voice, feel the excitement, smell the office around you. Let yourself fully immerse in that moment. When done well, this scene becomes a bridge between your present reality and your desired future, a bridge your subconscious will build step by step. At the same time, you must resist the urge to analyze or criticize the process. Doubt is the enemy of manifestation. It weakens the power of your assumption and pollutes your subconscious with conflicting impressions. Instead, cultivate a spirit of faith and expectancy. Believe in the unseen, because it is the unseen that holds all possibilities. Every night before sleep, as you ask the universe, you are not begging for scraps or pleading for a favor. You are commanding your own consciousness to become aware of what you already possess. This is a powerful reversal of the common human condition of lack and want.
You are no longer a receiver but a creator, a sovereign being shaping your destiny. Remember the words Neville often repeated. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and observe the route that your assumption has opened to you. The moment before sleep is your golden hour to assume. You slip into the feeling naturally as your body relaxes and your mental guard is down. Sometimes, to deepen this practice, you might use a phrase or affirmation that encapsulates your desire in the present tense. For example, I am so grateful now that I have this perfect relationship, or I am thrilled to be living in financial freedom. Repeat this phrase gently as you drift to sleep, feeling its truth vibrate within you. The subconscious mind absorbs these impressions, like a sponge absorbing water. Over time, your new reality begins to crystallize. Opportunities you had not foreseen appear. The people who align with your desire cross your path. Doors open. All of this is the work of your imagination made real. It is crucial to understand that the power of asking before sleep lies not only in imagination, but in your ability to relinquish control. You must trust the creative process, allowing the universe to work in its mysterious way. When you surrender the how and when, you free yourself from the bondage of worry and resistance. If you have been practicing this faithfully, you will begin to notice a shift in your waking thoughts and feelings. Your confidence grows. Your attitude changes from one of desperation to one of joy and expectancy. This inner transformation is as important as any external manifestation, because it is the foundation upon which your new reality is built. To further enhance this process, live your day as if your wish is already fulfilled. Speak, act, and think in alignment with your desire. This consistency impresses your subconscious with greater force. The scene you create before sleep then becomes a continuation of your daytime state, weaving a seamless thread of belief through your entire being. Many who have followed Neville's teachings testify that within days or weeks of faithful practice, they witnessed remarkable changes. Jobs they desired appeared, relationships transformed, health improved, financial miracles happened, all because they dared to ask the universe before sleep with conviction and feeling. You are not alone in this practice. The great masters, sages, and mystics throughout time have understood the power of the mind state before sleep and meditation. This is why it is a timeless principle, eternal and unchanging. The night silence is the whispering voice of your own divine self, ready to respond to your command. When you ask the universe before sleep, you align yourself with this divine voice, becoming a co-creator with the infinite. Now consider your current desires. What is it that you long for? A better career, health, love, peace, whatever it is, know that it is within your reach, not through external struggle, but through the inner art of assumption and faith. Tonight, as you lie down to rest, close your eyes and see the scene that signifies your fulfilled desire. Feel the feelings as though you are already living it. Embrace the emotions fully. Let your heart be the compass guiding your imagination.
Do this every night without fail. Make it a sacred habit. Your subconscious mind will not fail you. It will carry your wishes as precious seeds into the fertile soil of your being. And then watch as your world changes, not by chance, but by design, your design. As you continue this nightly practice, it is essential to cultivate an unwavering inner conviction. The power lies not in the outer words you speak or the fleeting thoughts you entertain, but in the deep, unshakable feeling that your desire is already accomplished. Neville taught that feeling is the secret, the living core from which all creation springs. It is the flame that sets the wheels of manifestation turning. You might find it helpful to remember that your imagination is the language of God, the divine creator within you. When you imagine a scene before sleep, you are essentially issuing a command to this divine self. It listens intently, for it knows no distinction between imagination and reality. To it, the scene you imagine with feeling is as real as the stars in the sky. When you lie down to sleep, let your mind drift gently into this imagined state. Avoid forcing images or wrestling with your thoughts. Instead, like a gentle stream flowing toward the ocean, let your feelings carry you effortlessly into the scene. The more relaxed you are, the more receptive your subconscious becomes. It is also important to forgive yourself if your mind wanders or if doubts arise. Do not judge these moments harshly. Simply return to your scene, anchoring yourself once again in the feeling of fulfillment. Each return strengthens your inner conviction, weaving a tapestry of belief that no external circumstance can unravel. Remember, the subconscious mind is not concerned with time. It accepts your assumption as an immediate reality, and through its mysterious workings, it will bring about the conditions necessary to manifest your desire. This may happen quickly or gradually, but be assured it is always unfolding beneath the surface. There is a delicate balance in this practice between desire and detachment. You must desire with intensity, but detach from the outcome. Desire fuels the creative process. Detachment allows the process to unfold without resistance. Holding this balance is an art, and the moment before sleep is the perfect time to master it. Many find that pairing their nightly assumption with a feeling of gratitude amplifies the manifestation process. Gratitude is the acknowledgement that your desire is already fulfilled, even before the physical evidence appears. When you fall asleep feeling grateful, you impress your subconscious with the certainty of your wishes' fulfillment. Some practitioners use a mental movie or a short, vivid scene to encapsulate their desire. This scene acts as a container for the feeling. It might be something simple yet powerful: receiving a letter, a handshake, a joyful reunion. The key is that the scene must evoke strong emotions and be believable to your inner mind. Neville often emphasized the phrase "live in the end." To live in the end means to inhabit the feeling of the wish fulfilled, regardless of what your current reality suggests. Before sleep, this practice becomes easier, as the conscious mind's critical faculties are subdued, allowing the subconscious to accept your assumption without question. It is also worth noting that the state before sleep is not the only time to impress your subconscious, but it is the most powerful. Throughout the day, your thoughts and feelings create impressions, but at night, these impressions solidify into your future experience. Like the sculptor shaping clay, your nighttime imagination molds the form your life will take. To deepen your connection with this creative process, you might keep a journal beside your bed. Upon waking, write down any impressions, dreams or signs that hint at your desire's fulfillment. These notes serve as proof that your subconscious is at work, and reinforce your faith in the process. Sometimes the path to manifestation includes seemingly unrelated events, or people entering your life. Trust that these are the universe's responses to your assumption, the threads weaving your desire into the fabric of reality. Do not dismiss these signs. Instead, welcome them with open awareness. As you become more adept at asking the universe before sleep, you may notice a subtle shift in your inner dialogue. Negative or doubtful thoughts lose their power, replaced by a serene confidence. This is a sign that your subconscious is aligning with your new assumption. Neville's teachings remind us that the only limits that exist are the ones we accept. By harnessing the power of your imagination before sleep, you break free from these self-imposed boundaries and step into a realm of limitless possibility. The night holds no judgment, only opportunity. It is a sacred space where you can freely create your future without interference from the noisy world outside. In this quiet sanctuary, your wishes take root and blossom into reality. So, as you prepare to ask the universe tonight, do so with a joyful heart and a calm mind. Let go of all doubt and resistance. Embrace the truth that your imagination is divine power made manifest. The more you practice this art of asking before sleep, the more you will come to know the sweet assurance of your own creative power. You will learn to trust not only the process, but yourself, the divine creator of your destiny. You are the dreamer and the dreamed. The silent command you send before sleep is the spark that lights the fire of manifestation. Hold fast to this truth, and watch how your life unfolds in miraculous ways. As this practice becomes second nature to you, as naturally as breathing or blinking, you will begin to move through the world with a quiet confidence, a radiant stillness. Others may not see it at first, but they will feel it. That magnetic presence, that calm certainty, that glow of someone who knows they already possess what they desire. For this is the true mark of one who lives from the end, who has mastered the art of asking the universe before sleep. Each night becomes a doorway, each slumber a silent covenant with the unseen. It is no longer just rest for the body, but renewal for the soul. While the world sleeps in forgetfulness, you enter the sacred chamber of imagination, communing with the divine presence that dwells within you. And there, in that timeless space, you speak your wish, not with words, but with feeling, with conviction, with gratitude. You do not beg or plead, you assume. You do not wish as the world wishes, anxiously, restlessly. You embody the state of already having. This is where the secret deepens. Your desire, when fully accepted in the imagination, begins to transform you. It reshapes your self-concept. You begin to think, speak, and act like the person who already has it. You might not notice it at first, but something within shifts. You carry yourself differently. You approach life with a subtler, richer awareness. You have asked the universe, yes, but more importantly, you have become the version of yourself who receives. Neville taught that nothing changes unless we change the conception of ourselves. So each night before sleep, you are not just imagining a new scene, you are stepping into a new identity. You are rehearsing your future self, preparing your inner world, so that when the outer world inevitably catches up, it is simply confirmation of what you've long known to be true. Here is another truth. The world often overlooks your desire is not separate from you. It is not out there waiting to be chased or hunted down. It is within you, waiting to be claimed. When you imagine your wish fulfilled, you are not creating something new. You are selecting it from the infinite possibilities that already exist. Time as we know it is but a shadow. Your inner world determines what moment you dwell in. You can, by your inner act of feeling, pull future realities into your now. So, when you lie down tonight, let yourself remember this. You are not bound by your past. You are not limited by the evidence of your senses. What is true now is what you dare to assume. The subconscious accepts what you feel to be real. Therefore, your task is not to change the world, but to change your feeling about the world. This is the law. This is the golden key that unlocks every door. When you lie there in the quiet dark, you are the most powerful you will ever be. Not because of effort, not because of struggle, but because in that softness, in that stillness, the veil between the conscious and subconscious thins. And with the gentlest push, a scene, a word, a feeling, you can shift the entire course of your life. You may begin to notice synchronicities. People show up. Conversations align. Money flows. Opportunities emerge without you forcing or chasing. This is the echo of your inner work, the evidence that the universe has received your command. It is not luck, it is law. The law of assumption, in perfect motion, responding to the blueprint you impressed before sleep. If ever you are tempted to give up, to say it isn't working, remind yourself, the seed does not sprout the moment it is planted, but it is growing. Beneath the surface, where your eyes cannot yet see, life is stirring. Do not dig it up with doubt. Nourish it with faith. Feed it with feeling. Guard your inner conversation. Watch your thoughts during the day, but make the moment before sleep your sacred sanctuary. This is not a one-time ritual. This is a way of life. You will come to love this moment of asking, because it reminds you that you are never without power. You will look forward to lying in bed not as a passive end to your day, but as an active beginning to your creation. You will begin to understand that every night is a rehearsal for tomorrow's miracles, and every morning, a reflection of last night's assumption. And then, without trying, without forcing, you will begin to receive, not because you begged the universe, but because you finally believed. You believed in yourself, in your imagination, in the law. You trusted the feeling above the fact, the vision above the visible, the silence above the noise. This faith, this quiet, invisible faith, will become your most valuable possession. Let others chase, strive, and struggle. You will do something different. You will close your eyes. You will feel the scene. You will rest in the knowing. And you will let the power within you, the same power that formed the stars, shape your world in the image of your desire. Night after night, like a master sculptor, you will refine the image. You will breathe life into it with your feelings. And slowly, surely, the image will step out of the invisible and stand before you in form. Because that is the promise of the law. Whatever you can assume and feel is true, you shall experience. So ask. Ask as if you are the only authority in your world. Ask not with words, but with identity. Ask not with desperation, but with fulfillment. Sleep, not as a person hoping to receive,
but as one who has already received. Let the universe meet you there, in the stillness, in the silence, in the assumption of your wish fulfilled. And night after night, you will awaken to a world more and more in harmony with your imagination. And so, my beloved friend, understand this. Every single night, you are given a sacred gift, the opportunity to reshape your reality, to rewrite your destiny, and to commune with the infinite creative power within you. The world may tell you to work harder, to chase more, to fight for your dreams, but I tell you, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled before sleep, and let the universe do what it does best. Rearrange the world in your favor. You do not need permission. You do not need proof. All you need is the courage to believe in what you cannot yet see, to feel what has not yet appeared, and to rest in the knowing that imagination is the only reality. What you dare to claim in the silence of your inner world will echo out into form, not by force, but by law. Tonight, when you close your eyes, you are not falling asleep. You are rising into creation. You are stepping into the realm where all things are possible. So go there boldly, feel deeply, assume fully, and rest, knowing that what you have asked, with feeling, with faith, and with finality, is already yours. Because the universe is not outside of you, it is you, and it always says yes.